she's gonna retire me.
Wow.
So if she retires me because she has a higher earning potential, and we can have all things we want, desire, needs, and help others, why can't she give me the softer life?
But it also can apply to the males if you want to lay around the house and have your woman do all the work. That can apply as well.
Welcome to Date, Affirm, The Real. Our live podcast talking about today's relationships and its effects on us all. Please welcome our hosts, Marcus Goodwin and Don aka Junior Lily. Let's get real.
What up, Don? How we sounding today?
We're sounding great, sir.
All right.
Tuesday. What's going on, Marcus?
It is Happy Tuesday. It's a wonderful Tuesday. It's a magnificent Tuesday. It's time to get it. It's time for the Date, Affirm, The Real to kick it off for the first one for the June.
Yes, sir.
So let's do introductions real quick. You are, sir, you are?
Junior Lily, poet, writer extraordinaire.
Marcus Goodwin, host, and other stuff that shall not be named at this moment. But, you know, it is what it is, you know.
Yes.
Wait a minute. My wife is watching. I am Marcus Goodwin, host, husband, and other stuff that needs to be named later. Yo, man, we're gonna have a fun time tonight. And this one right here, before we get started, I'm gonna let you know these are just our opinions. These are just our experiences. These are just our thoughts. These are our conversations that we're expressing to you. Chime in, express your thoughts, express your views. We are respectful to each other, and we care about the real.
Indeed, indeed, sir.
All right. So, Don, you know, it's gonna be a good one. You know why?
It gotta be.
This one right here. You know, we kind of this topic here we touched on in the past on several occasions. You and I, Kia McLean, the poet, and myself, and also probably the poet and therapist section. You know, they touched on this, but you know, one of the things as a trained instructor, self-taught, that techniques that we use and when we training and teaching is something called touchback or something like that, where we kind of go back at it and just kind of reiterate it so it gets ingrained in the memory and used as like almost like a repetition.
Yeah.
And today's title says it all: the prize and the pursuer. You know, first I'm gonna ask you this, and I'm asking this question right here, and you want to answer it right now if you don't want to, but you can. I mean, in when dating, being a male, even yourself, we could just say yourself as an example, just in general. Are you the prize or is she the prize?
In dating, she would be the prize.
What about in marriage?
That's a good question. I can't answer that because I haven't made it to that echelon yet, sir.
Oh, the echelon. Ooh. That's a damn good. Hey, only echelon I know is a damn good cigar.
There you go. I'm not at that pinnacle yet. So
yeah, there you go. Certain words
let me
I know.
ask you that question, sir.
Yo, so real talk.
In marriage, what is it?
So in marriage, no, my prize is still with the woman I lay with.
Okay, there you go.
You know, I have to be worthy. I still struggle to be worthy of certain prizes, but I am still. I should say, she's the prize, but I am worthy of the gift.
There you go.
That's what I should be. I should be focused on being worthy for the gift.
There you go.
The reason I say that, this weekend it was asked in the conversation. Somebody asked some men, no gentlemen, who's the prize, the man or the woman? And that made me think because at one point in time I thought I could be the prize, or I was the prize. I was single, no kids, extremely handsome, and I wasn't deadbeat.
Yeah.
Um, so I like shit. I'm a catch. I'm a prize. But one one of the ladies said was they was talking, and these were ladies I was talking, and they said something to me that resonated to me. Like, hey, how you the prize? Or it came to like, how can I be the prize if I'm the pursuer? How can a prize chase itself? Shit. The lottery just jump in your lap without playing? You ain't pick no numbers, you ain't did nothing, you ain't drop a dime in the bucket.
You gotta pay to play.
Pay to play.
But you just brought up a good point because I was writing down some notes here when you just said, "How can you be the prize if you're pursuing?" My response to that statement is in the form of a rhetorical question. Here is: would the prize pertain to the person who, per se, is trying to determine what is their catch? Because you, as you indicated, you could be the pursuer of a lady. And at the same time, a woman can be the pursuer of a man. She's looking for someone to solidify that.
Hold on.
So who is?
Yo, we
Go
got
ahead.
some topic shit coming on now.
There we go. Let's
So
bring it.
let's stop it right there because you just said another thing that we gotta talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Should a woman pursue a man?
You make a good point. I'm going to say it like this
Say
because
it from your chest, say it from the heart,
why
and
must
say
I act
goddamn
like
on
that?
real.
Why must the dog chase the
Chase the
cat?
cat.
But we the understanding of cultural norms is the man, quote unquote, pursues, which means the man actually gives the chase. He pursues a lady, he takes her out to dinner, he takes a date, wine and dine. A woman, her pursuit in a man is going to be totally different. She's going to
Elaborate.
perhaps present herself in a more formula way in which a man is going to catch as a man eye. She's going to dress nice. She's going to act accordingly. She's going to have great conversation. She's going to appeal to what he's seeking. That is her ways of pursuit. Is almost like a rat trap. I gotcha. You don't necessarily have to
Ooh.
chase in that instance. The woman, I feel, doesn't have to chase because she is presenting herself as a prize, but yet that is her pursuit, is to do it in a different form than what the man would do to obtain the end game.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hey, I usually don't say this word on air so early. Nigga, you don't start it. You don't start it. All
Hey,
right.
you wrote the topic, sir. I'm just speaking out loud. Hey, I actually can speak out loud now.
You
You know what
can
I
speak.
mean?
Yeah, speak. Hey, yo, speak your truth, speak your real.
I'm
So
screaming into the microphone, right?
yeah. So the trap part got me.
All right, let's see what the hardcore healing pin talking about first. She says, "That's what I want y'all to talk about. Oh, we finna talk about it. You know what I mean? We finna get a little countrified up here." She says, "I can't wait until the end when I can ask questions." Ooh,
Hey, babe, you can throw your questions in anytime. You
get
got
those 20 fingers ready.
yeah. No, shit. But
Yes.
no, so you said she said they setting the trap for all right, for one.
Well, maybe it's a bad journality of words, but you know what I mean, right?
I know the
Yeah.
gist, but we have to bring it into a picture that where everybody understand what we're trying to say. Or shit, let
Yes.
me take that back. What you trying to say? Because I want to get
All
some
right.
rest
Yeah,
tonight.
because let's put it this way. She's not per se setting a trap, but if she invites you to her home for a home cooked meal, oh, you hook, line, and sinker. Man, some collard greens, some cornbread, put that pork chop smothered.
All right, so all right, look,
You good as God. You good
ooh,
as God.
dude, I got you. That yeah. That whole country cooking.
Yeah.
It'll get your heart and your cholesterol.
You ain't got no choice but to lay down and give it up, right?
But what I'm saying to you
Yeah.
is, when a woman is doing that off the rip to get you, like so-called trap, where you do little pursuit, is there a do they receive a different type of treatment than the one you actively pursuing?
Hmm.
Hold on, before you
Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Continue. No, go ahead. Continue.
So if she's chasing me, or let's say letting these traps, because traps have to catch prey.
Yes.
No,
Should catch prey.
you should catch prey.
You gotta change that bait if you ain't catching nothing.
But if you walk into the trap and you know it's a trap,
You a sucker. No, let's stop. Go ahead. Let's get serious. Let's get serious
no,
here.
you,
Let's get serious.
you,
Let's get
you,
serious here.
I mean,
Let's get serious here.
I
Yeah.
mean, you can be, but for one, what if you're not a sucker and and you're smarter than the trap?
Hmm.
What
But
if I
then,
want? Hold on. What if I
okay.
walk into this trap and this proverbial trap, and I say, "Yo, I know I can get some food over here. I can get me whatever I want because the trap is trying to catch who now is the male is the prize.
Mm,
Now I'm
mm,
taking this prize and turning it into a form of power.
yeah,
Think on that second. So
I
the
am.
hardcore healing pain coach said, "What do you all think about women pursuing a man in the same way a man pursues a woman?" So let's touch on that.
Sure. I think it is a new society. I'm going to say 2025, and a few years back, this is happening a lot more. You may see it more often than back in the 1950s. And it's becoming a norm in which women are leveling up. They become bosses. They are taking control of what they want and not just accepting the pursuer. They're becoming the pursuee. Oh, sorry, they're not accepting the pursuee. They're becoming the pursuer. Instead of letting the man come to them, let me go out and just grab the one that I want or the one that I think would equate to what we're trying to build. And they're just basically one step above, outsmarting what the man is trying to bait them with.
Okay, so I think on
Traps.
average, on average,
We're in the hood, so yes, it's traps.
yeah. I think on average, the a lot of women like to be pursued.
The thrill,
Um,
the thrill of the chase.
if a woman is pursuing a man, I hate no, I don't want to say this in a negative way, but it's the truth. If they're going to be possibly be intimidated by it, going to be demasculine, going to be feel less of a man. Like it's going to take them it's taking something from them.
Mm,
Like now, I'm gonna speak from who I am because I'm a different breed because I have had some bad game in my time as I couldn't spit nothing but I couldn't spit no game. I could spit slob, but that's it. I was flattered when a woman would try to talk to me. You
mm.
know,
Yeah.
that was just who I am. But it can be. I think a lot of men that hurt their ego. That's one because they feel like they're taking control. That's one. Two, I think a man is going to take advantage of a woman who is the pursuer. If they think if they're you got to be careful. There's a man who will take advantage of it. Because once I think you're the pursuer, I got you. I got you. You want me. You want the things I got. I'm the prize. Like I said, I turn that prize. I could turn that prize into power.
Mm.
You see a pursuit as in what my I could she could see the pursuit as getting what I want, being what's the word, not objective, but being proactive and getting what I want instead of waiting for it to come or finding ways for it to come. I could now the male could look at it as a sense of desperation.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay.
And so it's different facets of that.
You're right. The general flip is what we're discussing. Is it a
Yes.
double standard? Could it be assertive woman versus thirsty women? Because yes,
Ooh.
yes, she wants to pursue and challenge the alpha male's ego or the masculine ego, but as you indicated, a man can feel he can feel some type of way about that because she is stepping into his genre of doing the actual chase. But if she's thirsty enough, we've been out to the club on a Saturday night, when that skirt is up
Yeah.
here and you up in there with a couple of them hen dogs, and you like, man, you just parking lot pimping. But yeah, the outcome won't be nice, but a assertive woman, just like she's in a meeting at a CEO or corporation, she's going to assert herself and let it be known what she's talking about, what she wants to do, and this is how the game's going to go. Now, a man can be bruised if he is offended by that. Some men can use that, as you indicate, turn that into a prize, into power, and say, "I'm going to play this and just roll with it," right?
Yeah.
And he can be
So
easy going like that.
I think the biggest thing that you touched on
Yeah, go ahead.
was the assertive versus thirst.
Yeah,
That
because there's some
thirstiness.
thirsty women.
I mean, there's thirsty men out there, but thirsty. We particularly talking about the thirsty women at this particular snippet.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I said, that thirst. Oh, guess what? A man gonna take advantage of that. You're playing your hand.
Oh yeah.
You ever play spades with somebody or cards with somebody and they got their hands low?
Yeah.
You just see all up in their shit.
Yeah.
Like, oh, they got the big joker, the king of spades. Oh damn.
It's better than Boston over there.
Yeah. Oh no, they got a handful of hearts. They got a handful of hearts.
You
They ain't
about to
about to
bleed them dry.
look.
Yeah. We got some comments here, man. We got Angel B. Thanks for joining. Women are pursuing men and proposing marriage nowadays. Oh, I will let. It got caught off there, but she says, some men like the chase until she becomes overbearing. Ooh.
Okay.
So you're saying she's a complainer or a whiner to the point that he can't deal with that?
All right.
Angel, please clarify that last comment, because I saw the one that you says, I will let, and I just want to make sure those two are coinciding or are they two different discussions.
Yeah. So, women proposing to a man, me personally.
Where that balloon at? Pop! Red flag. Pop, pop, pop.
Oh, the red flag. Pop. Okay.
Man, we got a whole roll of balloons.
Hold on. Now we got to talk about the pop balloon scenario, though. Oh, talk it. Why she can't propose to you? Why can't she propose to you, brother?
I'm not saying she can't. I'm not saying she can't. But in modern terms, we have to be subject to wanting that. I personally would not want my woman to propose to me. Like, please, come on. No. But she can. And there may be couples out there which this scenario may have played out just as such,
So, yeah. So I got that. I'm with you for the simple fact that if y'all at the stage of being of marriage, y'all probably have to be on the same accord to even be that way. So she asking you, she should know how you feel and how you feel about it. So in your case, if she asking you, I don't think y'all should be married because she should be knowing that ain't your thing for a woman to ask you.
Distinguishing genuine interest from love bombing or manipulation. Because if she is thirsty and she is pursuing. She is trying to trap, quote unquote, lack of terminology here, trap you. She could be manipulating you to you be the prize, and now she wants to dominate. Unless you are into that BDSM stuff, some people are going to be tied up in chains and lace.
Oh damn, you getting deeper in it? Dang, you try.
It could be that. It could be that situation, but we'll just keep it. Let's keep it a little bit back. I'm going a little bit too far to the closet. But when does a pursuit becomes a red flag? To me, if she's proposing to me, I'm popping the balloon. Hey, pop! Stop! Stop it!
Okay, why? No, why?
Why? Being because that's my job. That's what I'm supposed to do. And if you're going to be stepping into the man role, I'm not putting on a pair of panties. So no.
So proposing to you is, you mean you got to put some panties on?
She pretty much manhandling you at that point, dude.
Man, go on with that shit. Go on with that shit.
Like I said earlier, it may be happening in some relationships. If it came to that, we and her are going to discuss, and I'm going to put it out on the table. No, I would prefer to be the one who does the proposing.
I mean, I get that.
I don't want my lady to propose to me, so don't try to surprise me and say a surprise. I'm gonna beat you to it. No, I'm gonna look at you funny.
Right. So
because everybody gonna be looking at me funny.
I mean, nobody really got to know, but it is what it is. I mean, I can see if she came to you with a ring, a t-shirt, and some panties in a box and said, "Marry me."
Okay, we got some comments here. We got here, let's see here. Love James the Poet says, I'm open to a woman pursuing me. I may not be interested at first, but I could become interested if she exhibits traits that I would like in a woman. See, I do like that. And he also comes back and said, I would feel weird being proposed to. Honestly, one on my side, sir. Get somebody on your side.
Hey, so hold on.
Yeah.
If so, Oprah said, "Don, marry
hold
me."
on. We got an important comment here. We can't leave this out. Hardcore Hidden Pilly Coach says, "I should have came on with y'all tonight, sir. You're gonna have to address that because I think she had something to say. She got something to say.
Hey, all she gotta do is say, "Marcus, send me the link," and she ain't got to get on camera.
Just slide over another chair. Huh? Yeah. But continue, sir. This is great. This is a great conversation.
But I was telling you. So you talking about all this woman not asking to marry you? But what if Oprah, especially 2003, Oprah came to you and said, "Don, marry me"? What you gonna say?
I'll be like, is Gail around? Is Gail around?
Hell, quiet as kept. Fine as Gail is. Well, Gail came and said, "Well, Don, will you marry me?"
It still will be the same. That's just my approach to it. It doesn't matter by statute, or it's just my approach of how I want to live my life accordingly to what I feel is natural for me, and not accepting to new norms of society. I can't do that. I won't do that. Somebody else may will. Yeah.
So now I got it all off track, but I love it. Well, Love James the Poet said, "My thoughts on marriage is a podcast by itself."
Wow, yes indeed.
Hey, so holler at me, Love James the Poet. We can make that shit happen. All right,
we'll make that happen. He's a poet too, so yeah, we will make that happen. Come on in here.
I'm a poet too.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. My shit just don't rhyme.
Poetry doesn't always rhyme, sir. So yeah, you're a poet.
Yeah, but no. The third, going back to the thirstiness.
Yeah.
The thing about it is, oh shit, she ready. I'm coming, babe. I'm coming, babe. The thing about it is, sometimes the thirst could turn against you. Could turn against her. You be used, like I said, used against her, and I'm going to. I could easily, a man could easily take advantage of it. Like shit, she thirsty, or could be disgusted by like especially like leave me alone.
That's
Leave
what
me
Lil J
alone.
said earlier. But you just said something. You said um, the thirst can turn into something. I forgot what you said at the end there. But signs that you're being treated like a trophy versus a partner. So if she's pursuing for the prize, which is the guy, she's treating you like a trophy. Because she's like, that's the end game. I got my prize. I'm gonna put this sucker on the shelf. He can't go outside. No how.
Right.
All
All
right.
right.
Get
So
serious here.
babe, you on?
Don't swing on me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm here, and I agree with you, Don.
Okay. See, that's two on my side.
I
Marcus.
I agree with everything you're saying.
All right.
Here's my caveat to the whole a woman having thirst thing, though. My caveat to that is, as a woman who previously pursued men, okay, there's two men that I specifically pursued. Neither of those situations went well. Why didn't they go well? Well, because one of the things that you alluded to, babe, was they take advantage, right? They feel like they're in a position to kind of get what they want and manipulate, play off of emotions, gaslight you, do those types of things. The other side to that is the woman will in turn become a victim and blame men and then become resentful towards men because she chose to pursue someone that didn't show her initial interest. And when you do that, you put yourself, you back yourself in a corner and you don't really have anything to support yourself. Because what happens is the man sees, oh, she's really interested in me. And a woman who pursues typically starts going into the position of an elevated position, extended girlfriend, a wife. They're doing things that wives do. They're doing things that longtime girlfriends do. And then they get resentful because that man, he only saw this as an opportunity for him. And so what my question was going to be at the end, but since I'm on here now, is how do women recognize that a man is truly not interested in her, even though he may have shown some type of interest, like responding back to her texts, her phone calls, even hanging out with her from time to time? How can a woman, from a man's point of view, how can a woman determine if that man does not have any interest with her?
You bring up a good question there. Thanks for joining us, Kia McLean Goodwin, the poet. I'm going to add that last name in there as well. You bring up a good question, but I'm going to say, because I've noticed this just from my previous experience, the inconsistency is the ultimate, may not be the ultimate, but it's the beginning of it's the beginning of how a woman can determine when a man is not dearly interested, even when she's pursuing him. The inconsistency. He's not returning phone calls as he said he would, or he's taking 2 and 3 days to reach out to you. He's not showing as much interest when you go out on a date. He's looking at his phone and not looking into your eyes. He's waiting on you to make the next move. Since you moved on him, he's not taking the initiative to say, let me again step into the role and be the pursuer. Let me flip the game real quick. So that would be my take on that. Thanks again for that question.
All right, so I'm gonna keep it simple. I'm gonna keep it just raw dog and simple.
Okay, let's go, sir.
The motherfucker ain't claiming you. That's one. He ain't really trying to show you the things that you need as a woman, a lady. You every damn episode of Date Affirm the Real seem to focus on some kind of red flag.
Yeah.
If a motherfucker don't want you to flag, it's gonna flag like half. It's gonna be flagging in the damn
Flag
way.
on the play, a 15-yard penalty.
Word up. So if you ain't got the flag, if you missing all them flags, talk to. So I'm gonna give you an example. So for some of you who watch TV out there, remember we talked about that TV show Later Daters. I don't think you've watched it, Don.
I've seen it, but I haven't seen him. I've seen the commercial and
Right, there was a lady in Atlanta who was all into this dude. And matter of fact, dude don't live too far. I think he lived in the DFW. But anyway, he wasn't paying no attention. She putting all the info like, oh, I like this dude, da 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 da. He like this. Okay. Right. You know, this, that.
lining it up.
Man,
Lining it up.
come on, man. You don't make the desire to be in a relationship or the desire for a damn man cloud your eyesight. You know what I'm saying? You pursuing a man like this?
Angel B jumps back and says inconsistent and opportunistic people are the worst. They are not the prize. Now, I want to jump back into a comment that Kim McLean, the poet, indicated earlier. She said that when a female is pursuing, I want to make sure I'm quoting this word correctly. She said that when a female is pursuing and the man doesn't show as much interest, she feels resentment or rejection. My question to you, Marcus, is ask, in that instance when a man is being pursued, it's maybe an ego boost to him, but is it also a discomfort if he gets rejected? Because it seems like if a man gets rejected, we're supposed to brush that off, quote unquote, and again pursue the next woman. Well, I can't speak for women. If Angel B, Hardcore Healing Pen, can put some comments in here and let me know, in the instance that you indicated earlier, when a woman is rejected or resented from a man, do you guys just brush that off and pursue the next person, or not even pursue, just allow it to reset? Perhaps I'm running out of statements here. So, I'm drowning. Help me, please.
All right. So you're trying to say is, one, if she feels back in the corner or rejected because the man
is not showing interest,
and you stepping out there to do all this to pursue a man, but if you flip the script to back to the original outline that you and I would do, which we're chasing a woman or pursuing a woman.
Yeah.
Or if we see somebody we like, we trying to pursue them and we get shafted or whatever, or show let no interest. Why can't we feel the same way? What you trying to say?
Yeah, exactly. Yes, not necessarily why, but it's more of, is it the possibilities of understanding the other side of it? Because the why it's based on individual circumstances, right?
Yeah, so I agree with you.
It could be a broad picture.
Yeah, I agree with you based on individual circumstances. But I'm gonna say it like this, just off my top of the dome type deal. As a man, if you get rejected, don't get in your feelings to the point where you can be macho and Mr. Machismo sometime and soft like wet bread other times when you get rejected. You take that shit and keep pushing. You want to be so-called hunter. You saying every time you go hunting, you catch everything you shoot at.
Every time you throw that rod, you don't always catch a fish, right?
Exactly. So no, I don't. I'm not going. So no, that's how I'm looking at it that way. Will you feel now? Is it kind of natural? So sometimes, like, damn, don't to kind of get like shit. If you keep getting rejected, yeah, you kind of go into a little slump. But shit, even athletes go into a slump, but they had to. What'd you say? You shoot your way out of it. You playing is in base, you shoot your way out of it.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll tell you later. But yeah, it just brought up when you say shoot your way out of it, just brought up a previous scenario that I was discussing with someone a long time ago. And instead of shooting your way out of it, you try to F your way out of it, right? Out that slump. You try to.
So check this out. So when a man is in that slump, guess what? You find somebody what happens? You run across somebody that's thirsty.
Yeah, he will pursue that, and he will take advantage of that. He will manipulate that because he's trying to get his ego back. He's been bruised because he's been dumped, or not even dumped, just rejected by the woman he really wanted. So he's just running through,
taking advantage of something else.
Yeah, of someone who's of lesser understanding of what he's trying to accomplish. And that's the one that I think Andrew B pointed out earlier about they are not the prize because they're opportunistic and inconsistent.
Yeah, because guess what's gonna happen? Like in basketball, what happens if you can't make it? If you keep shooting these threes, they don't go in. You take it to the hole.
Yes, sir.
You take
Yes,
it to
sir.
the hole.
You get
So
fouled and one and one.
and so now you going now guess what? Now we go back to what we're saying. Now she's rejecting. She might feel now she might not saying all women. This one possibly could feel in her getting her feelings because guess what you a man probably didn't do. Maybe have tell him, hey, this is what it is.
Yeah.
Now that's another thing. Oh, hold on. She said, no, hold on.
No,
I let me put you
no,
back in,
they're not.
babe.
They're not.
Hold on.
But while Marcus is doing that, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
All right, try it now, babe.
Can y'all hear me?
Can hear
Yes.
you now. Yes.
Okay, so I wanted to respond to what Don said earlier about women. How do women feel about, tell me if I'm correct, Don, how women feel about being rejected? Was
Yeah,
that
the
the question?
resentment you indicated. Yes. Yes. Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
so the resentment that I was talking about was when I pursued somebody, they were open to it, and then we kind of dated for a little while, and then like they ghosted me, or they showed me that they really didn't have the interest that I had, or they were playing games, they had other stuff going on. So that's when the resentment would come up.
Okay.
But really, of course I came to understand, like, being accountable for my part in that by pursuing somebody that didn't really show that level of interest in me was on me. But if I pursue someone and they show that they're not interested, I just take it on the chin,
Mhm.
or I did take it on the chin. But I think it's really important to be clear about what it is that you desire, um, when you're pursuing someone on either side.
Yes.
And I think being honest and having, honest dialogue, and then also paying attention to people's behavior.
Hmm.
Because had I paid attention to certain people's behavior, I would have saw very quickly that it wasn't, um, reciprocal. It was one sided, and then I could have made a decision quicker, which would have prevented me from having any resentment or feeling hurt about something. It's strictly about, like, I think for me personally as a woman, I just want to see other women hold themselves accountable and not blame men for positions that they put themselves in.
Gotcha.
And I understand that there are men who are very manipulative and deceitful and play games, but I also think as women, we have to pay attention more. We have to, use our intuition. We have to use the gifts that we have rather than want to see somebody be somebody that they're not.
Indeed. Great. Great follow up. Thank you again.
Yeah. So perfect. Now, um, I really do like the intuition part.
Hmm.
That's real. Use the gifts that was given to you.
Hmm.
You can call it instincts. You can call it discernment, but don't let the desire for that man or a man block it.
Amen. Amen. See, I
That's the
did that. But continue. But there's a comment here. Angel B follow up says that's what she should read the room and move on. I don't suggest brushing it off, male or female. And on the next one, but analyze yourself, not get under someone else to get over. Ooh, not get under someone else to get over. I had to read that twice. That's a damn good line. Not to get under someone else and to get over. Wow.
that's a real thing.
Yeah.
And who do it the quickest? In my experience is men. I ain't saying women don't do it, but men do it real quick.
Yeah.
That's a motto.
Yeah.
Because what's the first thing we say when we break up with somebody? Oh, all the women I could have been fucking. and you try to go make up for all them time that you passed. You think you passed up
Trying to
on
catch
some
up. Yeah,
yeah,
we're getting too old for that.
yeah. And
But
are you
go
doing?
ahead.
Excuse me, real quick. Are you doing real quick? I know I preach this all the time. You could be damaging somebody else with your
Hmm.
shit.
Hmm.
I mean, ain't nothing wrong. You gonna have sex and this and that, but it's got to be some level of understanding. Don't damage nobody because you're
Yeah. Don't be
fucked up. Like
thirsty in order to try to quench. You know.
exactly. What were you saying, Don? Because I got another question in a second.
But so real life scenarios. But check this out. So the topic of the conversation is the prize and the pursuer. So would you date someone who clearly puts you on a pedestal? They're showing you off in public, like you are the prize. They pursued you. Again, woman pursue a man. She's putting him on the pedestal, showing him off in public in front of her friends, in front of her family, saying, "Look what I got. This is what I did." Is that a turnoff if someone doesn't pursue you traditionally? Just a
Hmm.
thought. In the comments, someone can put their take on that. You know how they may feel.
Right. So hold on, Don. But I think what I was saying, look, Love James is saying he catch everything. Make sure I ain't on mute. All right, cool. Now I would all I was saying in the nutshell is when you break up with somebody and you go try to fuck something, keep trying to fuck everything. You don't put your baggage on them and damage them in the short term.
But the thing is, you can't. I mean, you cannot put your baggage because that's exactly what you're doing. You actually, if you're trying to f your way through this slump or downturn or try to get past exes or you getting rejected, you are manipulating the next person to get what you want because you are at that point a taker and you're taking what someone is giving because you have now thrust yourself with an ego boost just for that 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever, right? And then, the inconsistency shows up because you're like, hey, I'll call you the bar. I'm bouncing, don't even give a hug.
All right. So Babe says real quick, because go back to your comment.
Yeah. I have a male friend that's going through that now. He hates that she posts them on social media. Now, when you say he hates, is it because every picture or is it like he don't have his good side? Can you clear that up a little bit, Hardcore Healing Pen? Because if
All
he
right.
hates that they're posting,
So what you're
300.
what you was going to what you were saying about being a trophy, like ooh, what I caught, this and that. One, listen. Are we getting confused with? Am I glad he's my man? I'm proud of that. That's my man, or is it really that I set the trap and I caught the this proverbial
It,
prize, which we call a high value man.
it could be the latter because if you with a woman who wants to be the dominant one, she's going to show you off like a trophy. She's going to pounce you around in front of her friends. And, just like a man catches a fish, she's going to show it off to the world. Look at this 10-pound bass I got. She's going to do the same thing to you, put you on that hook, line, and sinker and be like, look what I got. You coming with me. We going out tonight. Okay, say so? No.
So first of all, I see what you're saying. Mm,
Okay, here we go.
one with social media. All right, one for instance, I am not a social media person.
Mm-hmm.
I am not a picture person.
Mm-hmm.
But don't get mad because a woman posts you. Don't get mad because you think she's not posting you and not letting nobody know she in a relationship, and now you and your feelings because she thinks she kind of hide. She think you got to hide you from the public. I mean, pick your poison, man. Damn.
You're right. You're right. Because that's just exactly the opposite. If she don't post you at all, you wondering if they are even in a relationship. You know what I mean? Beyond what she may tell you, and then when she posts you too much, you don't want to be seen. I don't know this guy, but you don't want to be seen. Is it hiding from somebody?
Yeah.
You want
No,
somebody to catch you on that?
and the case she's talking about, honestly, is the yeah, if you're not a social media person, you're gonna have to suck some of it up and make a compromise.
Yeah.
Because You knew when you're dating someone, you're learning who they are.
Hmm.
If they're heavy in social media, that's who they are.
Hmm.
Like me, as an example, I'm not a social media person. I don't like taking pictures, but guess what? My wife is. She posts me, hell, there's some shit I ain't never seen that's on there. I ain't necessarily always got to look at it. Hell, if you ain't a social media person, hell, how you know it's on there?
Speak, sir. Speak on
But
it.
give them give them their love that how they want to let them love how they know how to love to a certain a good extent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
All right, babe. Everything don't have to be on there. Maybe but I let's compromise. We could put a few here and there. That's not because yes, I am with you, so on, and the world does need to know. Because guess what? Because a motherfucker will try to holler like, "Hi, you ain't got. I ain't never seen no man on your media. How the fuck you in a relationship? You lying?" And you know how over like somebody like Angela B said, men do get overbearing. No, they'll back like a pit bull and don't want to let go. You damn near got to punch them in their motherfucking face to let them something like go on about their business.
yeah, you're right. We have two comments here. Let's try to get into real quick. Love James the Poet says, I think the ideology of the prize is a misnomer, if I'm pronouncing that word correct, that has been perpetuated by laziness. That's pretty good. I haven't had it explained like that. And Angel B says, some people want to be loved out loud, but I don't care for being posted or have to check in on SM social media for every darn outing. I agree. Every now and then is fine, but what we did before social media, yeah, we just went outside, basically. We was outside. James the Poet says, prize is subjective and could be skewed by setting others in the world around you. All the while you are being treated like you should be. It just looks different than those you are not looking at.
Mm,
Mm, damn good.
that's a great that is
Yeah.
great because we it could be the price is objective. How we analyze the word.
Hmm.
You know, a word could be spelled the same, get two different meanings.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
yes, I could
Exactly.
be, you know what I'm saying? I could be the prize for let me pursue you and accepting me. I pursued you, you accepted me. I am a reward for you for letting for now for I am the prize because you accepted me.
Mm,
And my prize is being everything I need you to be. That's everything. I'm the prize because I'm gonna be everything you need me to be in this relationship.
yeah.
But the one question I have I didn't address was: is there a what's the difference of someone pursuing? And this comes to being a female, pursuing or and showing that you're available. How do you show that you're available without seeming thirsty? Um,
Put that
you,
Affirm dress on. I go, Martin. Okay, yeah, get back to serious. Yeah,
yeah,
that's a good question because if you want to be pursued, you have to put yourself in an environment where you may meet other single people. You can't sit at home and be like, the mailman gonna knock on my door and it's gonna be heaven over heels. So you may have to put on that FM dress per se. You have to look good, get out in public and mingle with the singles. Oh, I like that. I just
yeah.
made that up. Mingle with the singles to get seen. How are you going to get seen? How are you going to get somebody to pursue you? You can't do it from closed doors. I mean,
But
some
well,
perverts out there, but
right,
still.
I
Yeah.
hear you. You're exactly right. But how do I know? This is the man I want to pursue me.
You can't choose that because you're gonna go. You gotta. It's gonna be some bad apples in the bunch. You can't sit here and be like a flashing neon sign, like only good man. Because even then, the man gonna lie. He's representing gonna show up just to see if he can get in the dough and get the skins. You
No,
still have to have judgmental conversations with these people. Even someone that pursues you and you think he's all nice, Check, may have some red flags and some skeletons in the closet that you may not find out. He may be living a married life on the other side of town. You still have to see through that. You can't
No,
assume
so what I'm saying
it's.
is,
Yeah, go
hold
ahead.
on,
I'm
Don,
sorry.
because maybe we might be going with maybe I'm taking it too deep.
Yeah. I may have
Let's,
misunderstood you
yeah,
there. Go
yeah.
ahead.
We
Back
can't
up.
don't jump in the ocean. We can't swim. Hold on.
I
All
sure
I'm
okay.
saying,
Yeah.
all I'm saying is, okay, we put on that red dress and we go out, and I see this man. He's attractive. He's well dressed. He got a nice smile. Cheese, and he's well reserved, seeing manner, and like this is the type of man that is from face value. That's the type of man I like. He's cute. He's sexy. He's got that factor. I need to let him know I'm available for him to come holler at me. I need to get what you know what I'm saying. What's the factor of saying can I do I send can I it all right can I send him a drink?
Ooh,
Was that thirst?
yes.
Or can I just do I need to kind of make googly eyes? Like
You could do
hey,
that
hey
across the
man, I'm
room.
looking at you. Here I
Yeah,
am.
you could.
I'm
Yeah,
available.
you. But Angela B's comment go back to the old days. That's what we used to do. We would a man would look across the room, and if he made eye contact, and if it's longer than X amount of seconds, usually that was the signal to hey, come holler at me. Now, if she comes in front of you and drop a pin and bends over, then you know you can't recognize that as a signal. I don't know, but yeah, you have to. You make a good point because she's trying to get the man's attention without actually physically pursuing him. So eye contact is a good way. I mean, again, ask the ladies of the show, and they probably can give you more insight than we could ever come up
Because
with.
the reason I say that because
Mm,
me sometimes I ain't gonna lie, man,
wink,
sometimes
smile, or walk by him. I like that.
and what they gonna think a lot of times they think they thirsty. Because we're losing that fine line. This thing, ain't a fine line. Fuck that. We're losing that line between thirsty and just flirting, a friendly flirt, or I'm
I don't think we're
available.
losing that. There is a line, but we know when it's thirst because if she just met you and she already got laughing on you and putting her hands all over you and ha 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 and rubbing you up, you're like, hold on now, you're getting a little bit too friendly too fast. You know, that's a little thirst. Now, if she walks by you and winks at you and smiles, that's not thirst. That's the flirtation. That's the pursuit of the chase. That is the signal to go get her.
The
Dude, she's
pheromones
looking
kicking
at
in.
you. Hey, you seen Boomerang, man? Martin said you don't F a feed? Come on. Come
Okay,
on,
okay.
man. Send the drink? Yeah. Shit, yeah, man. Hey.
Because I ain't gonna lie, send me a drink. I appreciate it, but it's a
Yeah.
that's an invitation there. Thank you, and I'm gonna come.
Mm-hmm.
I'm reciprocating sending you a drink back because I ain't going to the club broke wherever I'm
Yeah.
at or the lounge. I ain't damn the club tour
Shouldn't
for
even
club.
be in there. You
I'm not
broke.
going
Shouldn't
to this
even
lounge broke.
Yeah.
You know. So my man Love James says, "Hey, let me re-put it. Hell, my man Love James says, thirsty is a term that has been ruined by a fickle internet generation took where now everything is deemed thirsty. That's what I was saying. I don't know anymore. Shit. Thirsty.
It's deemed thirsty, I think, from a generation that doesn't understand how we did it back in the old days. Because if you come from a no, this is just me speaking. If you're coming from a newer generation, you're coming in with these keywords, low key, whatever, all these crazy sayings. But we grew up 70s, 80s, 90s when it was a grind, dude. You say you going to the club, you about to put the Mac down, you trying to see if you can even just get a phone number. Now they doing screenshots and I don't know, airdrop right there on the spot. We didn't have that. We had to put in the work, so we know the hustle, we know the bustle, we understand what it took to get a woman to even look at you, to even try to get a phone number. You might get 5 rejections, but that 6th one, you're like, man, it took 6 times, but I finally got a number.
Hey man, I ain't gonna man. I'm not gonna address this because let's think about because I'm gonna tell you why
Go ahead,
we on
sir.
some
Go
shit
ahead.
right now.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Tell me. Tell me.
Data Affirm the real
Mm-hmm.
age bracket usually consists of 30 plus and up.
Okay.
35. That's usually who our target audience, I almost say target, our audience is and our members.
All right.
They are from the old school days.
Mm-hmm.
And they go out to places where they get the same age bracket who was in the old school days. So all that shit we just talking about, the thirst has been manipulated by internet. These niggas came from dial up. So ain't no fucking excuse. They don't got soft. They don't got to the point where they can't take no damn rejection. They don't got to the point where they feel, oh, it's 10 women to one man. The odds are in my favor. And if I go to 10 women and say, can I get some pussy? 2 of them gonna go say yes. I'm still in the game. I got a good night, and I can go and I got one off. So no, I'm not letting that shit go off as the new generation. Fuck the new generation.
It's Pepsi, man. Coca-Cola. Hold you. Good. But you're right, because first of all, I've never been that bold. Just walk up to a woman and say, give me some of, the V-cut. I ain't never been that bold. You know what I mean? I ain't never been that bold to come up and say that. So if he's doing that, he's already on a different level, because that's how they thinking. I'm still thinking the old way. I gotta at least get her for a cup of coffee and then take out to dinner next week, and maybe after 15 meals and maybe, spending X amount of dollars, maybe then, she might show me some, make it the first base or something. I'm still thinking the old way. Maybe I need to look at somebody's cheat notes.
Oh.
But he's speaking facts. Yes, he is. Marcus is telling the truth. I'm not disagreeing with him, but at the same time, I would never be that bold to come up and approach a woman like that. There's just too much respect on my end to say that, and also too much introvertedness. I'm thinking I'm going to be resented, rejected, slapped, and I'd really be in the hall for 2 weeks trying to get over that.
Right. So I ain't gonna lie. So man, this
Not
shit
the
right
number
here.
to Pizza Hut.
Comments come flying in good, ain't it?
Yeah. That's bold ass for the V-cut. That's what Marcus said, right?
Man, then them to the Pizza Hut, man. You know how not growing up when I was cutting my teeth on the hunting these women. I'm gonna say chasing these girls. I know the wrong numbers I had before their cell phone.
You give away Mike Jones' number, 281-330-8004. You call that number and be like, who? Mike Jones. No, you got the wrong number.
Right. So you know what I'm saying? Jeez. But man, you give me flashbacks to times when I was it's a swing and a miss. When it wasn't a miss, how many times you grown, you cutting your teeth chasing women, you had your wallet, your blue cup, your wallet, your keys, and a pen.
And a condom just in case.
We ain't got. I wasn't that groovy.
You got a spare tire in your car, right? In case you get a flat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I get you.
Get a flat, you got to change the tire.
I'm gonna tell you my experience. I wasn't always the luscious type sexy
Come on, so
motherfucker you see in front.
Dude, you had a wallet. You know we always had that print in our wallet. Angel B said, yeah, it's bold, but it happens. Wow, damn. Yeah. She tell it like it is. She said, it's bold, but it happens.
Yeah. I remember, I ain't gonna lie, one time I was in the Navy and I was in, we all went to this club in Riverdale, California. All right, Cameron, don't mess up on me now.
Feet don't fail me now.
Yeah. And I was striking out the club. So I was trying to parking lot pimp, and I had to try my go-to line. I was trying out.
Okay.
Hey, how about you come back to the room so I can just hit it? I was trying to figure out. I was trying to say, if I had 100 women, somebody gonna say yes. I ain't make it to 100, and nobody said yes.
It's a social experiment. Damn, that's still bold.
Oh shit! So You know what we haven't did in a while, my man?
Go ahead, sir.
We haven't did the on the spot segment.
Let's get it. Let's hit it.
So for those who are just joining us, on the spot, the on the spot segment is nothing where you ask Don and I a question about anything. It could be related to this topic, any topic. We ain't prepared for it. We're just gonna speak our real and our truth and we're gonna speak it like the dar.
Yeah.
All
Don't
right.
ask me about no V cut because you know what I'm saying.
Hey. Leave that V cut where you found it.
Yes, sir.
So I know the hardcore healing pin coach. I know she got one ready.
Man,
She knows she got
fire
one in the
away.
barrel. She got one in the barrel.
Shotgun.
But this topic here, I would look, man. I got a feeling ladies gonna do something with this topic one
Oh,
day.
they're gonna definitely come back because we well, I won't say we you put them on the spot.
When I talk about the
Yeah,
darn,
it's a great topic though. It's a great topic. It's worth continuing the conversation.
yeah, and these and all this right here is so. This pursuit is like it's gonna be going. We gotta come back to it because it's this topic.
Yeah.
It has different dynamics.
Would you want to be the pursuer? Would you like to be pursued, or would you like to keep it balanced? Because it can be a healthy chase, like you know, back and forth.
Because I think you and I are pursuers. I think me personally, I like I like being a pursuer, but I like when you leave me a couple of breadcrumb little trails. Let me leave me some tracks to follow. Other words, let
Okay.
me know you're available. You know, hit no subtle hints. Well, not too subtle because I'm sometimes I do act a little slow, like my wife said. You act a little slow. Thank God, them days are behind me forever. But I'm lying. You know why I'm lying? Even married, I have to pursue
Yeah.
my wife.
There you go. Explain it, sir. Now
I
you're on something.
I still have to pursue my wife.
Yeah.
And do I often? I won't say often, but do I forget sometimes? Yes. Do I neglect it? Yes. Does she bring me back on track? Hell yes.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
Words of wisdom to explain to these men out here, such as myself, that's not married. But I'm gonna use the notorious big line when I creep them up from behind and ask her, "What's your name? What's your age? And what's your size?"
Show our generation.
All right, here we go. On the spot question. Where would you recommend single ladies go to meet nice, eligible men in the men's opinion? Ooh. That's a good one. Because there's so many places. I personally would recommend if you want to meet high quality men, high value men, is a social environment where there is of mutual interest, where the focus is not there to just men chasing women. The focus there is to, it could be like a spiritual retreat. It could be something where it's a organization putting on a workshop or something where you can get quality information as well as meet quality people who have the same or pursuing the same interests.
All right.
That's when me and Marcus first met. I mean, I was invited to an organization
But
event.
we ain't pursuing each other. Put that out there.
Of course not. Of course not.
But yeah, you're right. You're exactly right. It was a place of mutual interest because I should go to place one. I should go. I want to be out. That's one. Two. I have to, like I say, I gotta be able to be seen. So go somewhere that interests me. What are my likes? What are my hobbies? What are my interests?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's where you start off at. And you know, guess what? When like he was Don was saying, now if you see a man that you're interested in, hey, guess what? You got at least one interest in common. You got one thing in common.
Icebreaker.
Yes. and you expand from there. Now, if the things you're doing that may not come to, okay, think about what your man. Think about when you're manifesting a man.
Man, is that possible? You can manifest a man? Really?
Shit, I was manifested.
There you go.
All right. Think about what you want, that you think some of the quality that you would like in a man, and where possibly could you see that? Where could possibly would that man be at?
Mm.
But don't necessarily. But think about. I don't want you being, as a word that was used, men centric, and going there just for that man.
Ooh.
Now you're bordering into a place of maybe thirst, possibly, because now you just going. You trying to set the traps out.
Mm.
So that's why I gotta be careful.
Where would that place be, sir?
I don't know. Like I said, where the interest be like, because at my stage of life, I don't want to be seen in the club. Yeah, I see this and that, but my mindset if I meet you in the club may not always be, "Ooh, she's a potential partner."
A cigar lounge? Is that a good place to
Shit.
like-minded individuals?
Possibility. Do Cigar Nationals count? CI count?
Oh yeah, it definitely counts. You
Oh
gonna find
shit. I don't know.
you gonna find a little bit of thirst, and the water is running. Angel B says, I prefer it to be balanced as the relationship progresses to keep it spicy. We talking about the Louisiana hot sauce spicy? You talking about a little bit insanity pepper spice? You know, jalapenos up in this thing, man.
Shoot. Wait, relationships can get humdrum or somewhat monotone, and you have
Ooh,
to
you have to spice it up.
yeah. So if I should be constantly pursuing each other, we should be pursuing each other. Don't make just because let's put it this way. You from an era, you got the grandmas and the old school. You were raised by the old school people, right?
Yes, sir.
Did your old school like grandmas had that silverware?
Man, she still got a china cabinet. My grandmother, we kept it, but my grandmother still had a china cabinet. Man,
You had that good silver. And what you got to do with that silverware? You got to shine it, don't you?
Shine that thing, man.
You got to take the tarnish off.
Man, dip that
there
in
you
some
go.
silver cleaner or something.
Angel B said that cayenne pepper.
Oh yeah.
So,
and don't let it get caught in your throat because you be choking on it.
There ain't no pepper. There ain't no pepper, motherfucker. All right, so
yes,
I think we need to go and wrap this day up because we had a good ass time.
Yeah, of course.
This is
go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, you go ahead because I was
stuttering. Again, my question to the audience as we wrap up this episode titled "The Prize of the Pursuer." Would you rather be pursued to be the pursuer or keep it balanced? So just keep that thought in mind as we deal with life and the changes, obstacles, the thirst traps, all that comes about.
Oh, with that being said, next week, the poet and the therapist segment.
Yes.
They come with that strong, straight to your dome, healing, love, and real.
Yes, sir.
Now, for everybody else, make sure you go out there and you spread the podcast, share, like, subscribe. So we'll keep coming to you week after week with that dark type flavor.
Yes, sir. I am Junior Lilly.
And I am Marcus Goodwin.
Peace out. Data from the real.